Hi guys, welcome to second semester of language arts. I'm your teacher, Miss Chronister. So here I am. I know it's an online class, but you get to see me a little bit with these videos. It's a little weird to record myself, so you'll have to bear with me if I look dorky. But first thing we're going to do this semester is read a novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's one of my favorite novels. It's a great novel. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context so you can kind of wrap your brains around the time period and that sort of thing. So this is set before the civil rights movement happened. So blacks and whites are very segregated. Jim Crow laws are in effect. The African American population is not going to have any rights in this time period. So we're going to see that kind of struggle through. Pay attention to that. Think about what it must be like to live through Scout, our main character, her point of view, going through that time period. So it's not the time period we live in now, very much a different time period. Scout's our main character. She is going to kind of go through this development as a character. We call this a coming of age novel because she really grows as a person. We all kind of have our own coming of age story as we grow and learn through life and become the adults we're going to become and the people who we are and have the characteristics that we find important. Scout is going to go through this in our story. She's going to grow and learn and experience all these things. And her dad, Atticus, is another character in our story. He is one of my all-time favorite characters. His wisdom and these little nuggets of thought that he has are just so interesting. It really is inspiring to hear what Atticus has to say. So we've got Atticus. Scout's our main character and our narrator. Then we have her brother Jem. As the novel starts off, she is saying that these are the events that led up to her brother Jem breaking his arm. So this novel is set when Scout is a little bit older, looking back on her childhood, recounting the events that took place before Jem broke his arm. So Jem's going to break his arm at the end of the book, and Scout's going to tell us all the things that led up to it. We have another character, Dill. He's a friend who comes and visits them every summer. And there are other various characters throughout the story to pay attention to. Lots of great characters. Really pay attention to them. They're all living in this town that's a really small town. It's the time when nobody sat on their phone, nobody watched TV. They didn't have any of that stuff. Can you imagine? So it's a quiet town. Everybody walks around, meanders through town. They sit on each other's porches and have conversations. Everybody's really friendly and everybody knows everything about everybody. So maybe that happens now with social media, but it happens a lot back then too. So pay attention to that. There's also one character that we're not going to meet, but we're going to hear a lot about in these first few chapters, and that's Boo Radley. So pay attention to how the feeling and the mood kind of shifts whenever they talk about Boo Radley. All right? Happy reading. I'll see you guys in a few.